most of the products, about 99.9% of the products that people use in their everyday life are branded.
Ever notice how certain products cost a lot of money while others that are almost identical just cost a little portion of that? Everywhere we go, we see both high-end and low-end products, from clothing to electronics to coffee. Does the brand name alone account for the high price tag, or is there another factor at play? We'll examine the causes of these pricing differences in today's video and determine whether those pricey goods are truly worth the extra money. A big question we have to ask is, are more expensive products actually of higher quality, or is it just clever marketing? In some cases, premium products do use better materials and have higher production standards.
The instrument panel with the firewall, there really isn't a firewall. We don't have a big combustion engine in front.
For instance, Tesla prioritizes renewable energy in its manufacturing processes, and with much control over its supply chain, including battery production, software, and hardware, it has helped them to maintain quality. But sometimes it's all about perception. Brands know that people often assume a higher price means better quality, even if that's not always the case. Branding plays a huge role in pricing, and companies spend millions to build their brand image.
Branding. You know why people brand things. Do people still brand cattle? Yes? I mean, all I know about cows is one end bites and the other end kicks. Why do you brand cattle? To help identify, right? So you know whose is whose. We do the same thing with products. Think about it for a minute. Here, let me show you this real quick.
So, what is a brand image? This is the impression that consumers have about a brand, formed through their experiences and association with the brand.
A brand can be a name. A brand can be a symbol. A brand can be a design. In other words, it can be any feature that identifies your product offering from anybody else's. In other words, if you had to guess, what would you say this is? A bottle of Coca-Cola? How many of you said a bottle of Coca-Cola? Why? Does it say that anywhere on there? If it does, you got better, well, you have better eyes than I do. How do you know that's a bottle of Coke? Would that hourglass shape of that bottle be a distinct feature that sets it apart from its competitors? So part of the actual container, in this case, is part of the brand of Coke.
Think of companies like Apple, Nike, or Louis Vuitton. These brands don't just sell products, they sell a lifestyle.
I've been here about 36 hours now. Man, I'm super excited, I'm not even gonna lie. I can't wait to get my hands on it, man. It's only £1,000, man. I'm getting two, man.
Samsung, Android, Apple, thank you.
Apple invested approximately $1.8 billion on advertising in 2020, focusing on campaigns like "Shot in iPhone" to emphasize product quality. With more than 500 flagship stores globally, such as the Glass Cube in New York and the Marina Bay Sands store in Singapore, designed to provide an immersive shopping experience.
And sometimes, a brand, or a trademark, or a symbol can mean what? Status, right? You drive a Mercedes, that's probably a little higher up the ladder than my 82 Jeep. Okay, a Rolex is worth more than a Timex, just the way it is.
By controlling supply, limited edition, or setting high prices to signal value, brands create exclusivity, making customers feel they're part of an elite group if they can afford the high price tag. Talking about price and cost, Tesla invested over $5.69 billion on research in 2021 and 2022 alone. Research and development isn't cheap, and the cost of this innovation is often passed on to consumers. Budget brands are able to maintain lower prices because they rarely invest as much in research. Products with basic functionality and no cutting-edge features or technology may be released by them. Studies show that people often perceive more expensive products as better, and brands know how to use this to their advantage. This is called neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is the application of psychological principles in marketing by studying how people react to product packaging, ads, and pricing. Many brands use the charm pricing strategy of $9.99 instead of $10 because consumers perceive such a price as significantly lower. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton employ what is called scarcity marketing, meaning releasing products in limited quantities. The brand's iconic Capucines bags are regularly produced in small, exclusive collections, driving customers to act quickly to secure one. They often don't go on sale because they don't want to lose their exclusive image, thus creating the perception that their products are rare and worth more. Please hit the subscribe button to show your support if you have watched this far. For over a decade, Transsion Holdings, which is the mother company of Tecno, Itel, Infinix, and Oriamo, has led the African smartphone market by offering affordable, robust, and locally tailored smartphones. These phones cater to the specific needs of African consumers, such as long battery life. For instance, the governments of Ethiopia, South Africa, and Nigeria regularly turn off the electricity to save energy, which prevents citizens from charging their phones for hours. Longer battery life is an asset to such customers. Also, car brands like Toyota have been dominant in Africa, especially pronounced in countries like South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria, where models like Toyota Corolla and Hilux are popular due to their availability of spare parts and adaptability to African road conditions. This indicates how the demographic and purchasing power of the audience influence the target market of a product, with less expensive products targeted at the African market. So, when does it make sense to buy the more expensive option? For items that you'll use frequently or that need to be durable, a car, a phone, or even a shoe, it might make sense to invest in quality. On the other hand, for items that are used sparingly, a cheaper option may be just as good. So, the next time you're faced with a costly product, think about what you're truly paying for. Are you buying quality or just a brand name? In certain cases the price difference is worth it, and in others perception is everything. Keep in mind that value isn't always about price tag, but about what the product means to you. Click the next video on your screen to learn more about the disturbing reality behind the billion-dollar telecom industry.